As anyone who is a keyboard enthusiast knows, this is a hobby of time and patience. Between joining group buys and long wait times, why not make some keycaps in the meantime? So let's get started. Start by filling the molds for the keycap backings. These are what hold the keycaps onto the switches, so it is very important to fill in all the spaces in the mold. You can ensure this by using a toothpick to move it around. And now cure for 1 minute using a UV light. When the minute is up, you just want to do a little tap touch test to make sure that it's not sticky. Now for the actual keycaps. I'm going to make the paw pads pink and have the rest of the keycap be white. You can make these any color combo you want. I just really like white cat paws with pink paw pads. Use a little bit of resin dye. You don't want it to be too opaque because then the keycaps will take much longer to fully cure and they could end up smushy. With the pink resin, use a toothpick to drop it into each cavity of the paw pads. You kind of have to eyeball where the very top is, but a good way to tell is if the resin is perfectly flush with where the rest of the keycap starts. Use small droplets to start. You don't want to put too much in at once, especially in the toes, because that ends up being very messy. The type of resin I'm using, as you probably can already tell, is UV resin. You do not have to use this. You can just use regular resin. I only use this because I have a UV light and it cures in minutes as opposed to regular resin, which usually takes several days to fully cure. I have links down below if you're interested in making these for yourself using this type. It's also ideal for detail-heavy keycap designs that would take much longer than a few days to achieve. And now cure for 1 more minute. The peats are fully cured and now I'll be mixing some white dye into the resin for the rest of the keycaps. I mixed 4 drops of dye. White is a bit tricky because it could end up being too clear if you don't use enough. I'm going to fill the rest of the mold with this, and what you want to do is fill just about all the way up, leaving a little bit of space to allow for the backing mold to go in. If a little bit comes up and pours out of the corners, that's fine. It's better to have too much than too little. When placing the backing molds on top before you let them cure, make sure that they're all aligned perfectly. No askew edges, no asymmetrical edges, perfectly in the middle. They will not fit properly if the backing isn't in the middle. After curing for 3 minutes, flip over and cure for 1 more minute. Okay, and now let's remove the backings. Because these are silicone, these are very easy to take out. And if they're fully cured, then you should have no issues at all. But if they aren't fully cured, you'll definitely be able to tell. Okay, so far so good. Now let's see how the actual keycap came out. Oh my gosh! These came out so cute. I love them. They came out perfect. Now all we have to do is clean them up. I don't mean to interrupt this little clipping ASMR going on right now, but yeah, you want to remove the stray ends with some clippers. Smooth out the bumps underneath using coarse sandpaper and finish by using higher grit sandpaper. Now, let's see how they look on my ID80. And now for the real test. Will they fit? Yes, they do. Although they are cat paws, I think if I colored them differently, like black paw pads with brown feet, they'll go really nice with the whole theme of GMK Ursa. Now let's try other colors. I already have 2 pink paw pads here and I want to see how they come out using darker colors, starting with black. I'll also try using yellow on another paw pad. Now cure for 1 minute. I'm going to fill the first one with the rest of the black resin. Fill the second one with some purple resin, and I know it looks blue on the camera. Next with red. And finally the last one with brown. Again, let's put the backing on and align them in the middle of each mold. When using darker colored resin, it's hard for a UV light to penetrate all the way through to fully cure, so it'll require a little more time, about a few more minutes. These took about 6 minutes total, front and back. I think the purple one could have come out a little bit better. I love this red one. I love how that came out. And I think this one came out really cute. It almost looks like a bear paw. I think that came out nice. This one, you can't even tell that the paw pad is pink. Oh well. I think I want to see what these look like on my Geek GK61. And I think I'm going to use this red one because I feel like, and this is just a hunch, I feel like you'll be able to see the RGB underglow through that one a lot better than the other ones. And that does it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye!